Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. It can certainly get loud inside this building, and just a few moments ago when the Vikings were introduced, it was downright shaking in here. They're set for football as the Vikings get ready to do battle with the Denver Broncos. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
Let's go. Let's do this. Here we go. Check Mike 54. 15, 1, 51. Snap.
Now the young man who was a Pro Bowler as an undrafted rookie, it's Phillip Lindsay. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On second down, a run with Lindsay. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
I got you. Hey, echo.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
They'll take over first down and goal at the 4-yard line.
Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Here's Dalvin Cook, 3rd year back from Florida State. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and goal.
3rd down and goal. This Denver defense trying to hold up for one more play. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. It was Bryce Callahan jarring the ball free defensively. Bailey's kick is good. And the Vikings have a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Come on, fellas. The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. To throw it is Locke. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. 18 big yards on that one and a Denver first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
On the set. 55.
This is Royce Freeman, 2nd-year man from Oregon. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line.
Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Let's go. 8, read.
Mike 54. Army. Slam.
Hey, lock it. Let's go.
From just shy of midfield, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin.
That's how we do, dude.
In there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
3rd down. 3rd and 14.
Here we go. Set. Hey. High 7.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. Yeah, that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
That's it, baby. We're going to work.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
The tackle made by Kareem Jackson.
Last week we saw a rarity. He was over 200 yards on the ground, and they lost. So we'll see if they can get more carries like that and win this week.
And that was interesting watching the game tape, wasn't it? Because it was hard to register while we watched him pile up that yardage and create those nice runs, that they didn't win the football game. But that doesn't mean changing what you do. Continue to feed him the football.
45. 45, 45 is Mike, 45. Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
Third and short yardage. Cousins flush to his right. Going deep for Diggs. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's fourth down. Now a man who punted for the Broncos for 6 years, Britton Colquitt, on to kick it away, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. So this punt sails out of bounds across midfield. Now the question, they're going to spot it right at the 40, the 40-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Ready, set. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
This side, baby. That's baby side. Kill, 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 kill.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. He'll get this one to Patrick. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Down. 50, plant. 54. Watch the screen. Hey, Charlie. Watch the screen. Let's go.
Throwing his Locke on 3rd down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Throwing, Cousins. And Diggs has it. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 30-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The tackle made by Kareem Jackson.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
Mike 51. I'm coming.
Play fake. Cousins. And this one complete to Smith. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. 23 yards on the play.
51 to Mike.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
Pull it together.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 8-yard line.
Mike 91. Good route here.
91 is the mic. Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Check 91. 91 is... Hey, what's that?
Cousins. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown.
Keep it going.
Chad Beebe, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Broncos nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
Broncos take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
6-6, pull it high.
Watch out. Watch out. He's coming.
Get it.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Shamar Stephen there on the tackle. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch 54. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Be driven.
Lock to throw on 2nd down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in.
Complete to Noah Fant.
That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
And the Broncos 1st down.
On the ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now it's Freeman. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. On 2nd and 12, Locke. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton.
That's it, baby.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 11, and it's 3rd down.
We go. 60 Pittsburgh.
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
A gain of 2 yards on the play. Brings up 4th down.
Well, the Broncos had 15 4th down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. They'll run it. Freeman. Royce Freeman is going to be stopped short, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back.
Turnover on downs.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the locker room and then try to add to it in the second half. But there's a part of me that looks at this and says, first half going my way, I have a little bit of a cushion. Let's go ahead and try and extend things. If you've got some good plays drawn up, you might want to think about them right here.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Cousins. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10.
Right here.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. 3rd and long for Cousins. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Britton Colquitt now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Oh, this is off the side of his foot. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'm going to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the 2nd half.
We got this.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
At the 25-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Take 4, take 4.
Off the play fake, Cousins. Buying time to his left. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 37-yard line. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Mike, 45. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
On 1st and 10, Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Two-draw quarter. Ready?
The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Ready? 15.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Push it back. Push it back.
On 2nd and 9, Lock. He's got his big tight end, Fant.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco first down.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential, but when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Okay, ready?
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike.
Go.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. A gain of 2.
Ready?
Brings up 2nd and 8.
60 outlaw.
49-yard line.
Target. Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike. Here we go, D. Here I come.
Hey, Alpha. Step.
From just shy of midfield, Lock. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun on third down, Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. Oh, he'll field it in the end zone. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over at their own 20-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Now a throw here on second down, and that's complete. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go for the Vikings. First down. First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10. Play action now. Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
That's another Vikings first down.
So a first and 10 now in Denver territory at the 38. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks. And when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Jahan, what are these?
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D.
On 2nd and 12, Cousins. He's got Smith here. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 21.
That's another Vikings first down.
Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Let's see what you got.
Back to the ground, Cook. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Boys, bring it up.
And the Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 11-yard line.
They run again on first down. Cook trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Brought down by Bryce Callahan.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Cousins. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris.
Brings up 3rd down.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Cousins from the gun on 3rd. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 15-yard line.
Let's go.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
Check 91. 91 is the mic. Mike 91.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Well, they're not making it easy on themselves here down the stretch. 2 picks now in the 4th quarter, trying to hang on to that lead.
Talk about keeping someone in the game. Instead of being able to shut the door, it's still cracked open because they can come back on you now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Say hello to Eric Kendricks. He gets the sack there. Throwing on 2nd and long. Lock. And oh, look at that. A diving catch.
Got it.
The Broncos on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Henry West.
Hey, defense, let's go. Pick it up, G.
Ready?
Lock going to throw. Finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick.
Let's go.
Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play.
Matchbox lights.
A gain of 15.
Under 10.
First down.
He's coming. Double up.
On first down, Lindsey And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up second.
On 2nd and 11 now. Locke. He completes this to Sutton. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Well, that's something you haven't had to talk about much this game. A nice big play right there. But this team, overall, they haven't done a whole lot offensively.
Well, they're still sitting on the goose egg. We talk about defenses having pride in a shutout. This offense wants to get rid of that zero. They'll run with Lindsey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
Let's go, D, let's go. Hey, let's go.
Stand.
Check. Back.
Rock it. Get it.
On 2nd and goal, Locke. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Back to throw. Locke. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here.
A 28-yard attempt.
And McManus able to put it through. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So you knew one way or another that they needed the 2 scores. They get the easy one out of the way. Now they'll get the ball back, hopefully.
Yeah, and the question is, how do you accomplish that? Do you onside kick it? Or since you have all 3 timeouts, do you kick it deep? To me, I'm playing field position. With all 3 timeouts, I kick it deep and try and pin them back there.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Come on, Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. Again, it's Cook. 7 yards on the carry. Make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
The open man is Smith. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Just like that.
They'll run on first down. Cook. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Cousins here to throw. Complete. Smith has it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 28.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. Well, Charles, the old saying, the old cliche, if you will, points at a premium, that certainly applied here, didn't it?
And that almost like opened up a time capsule, didn't it? Old school football, low scoring, close game. What a way to finish it up.
You loved it, didn't you?
I
loved
did.
the defenses.
I certainly did. Brought back the images of the game of old.
So for the Vikings, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Broncos, they're going the wrong way as this will drop them to 3-7 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.